I'm not finished yet.
Mayor Menino on his health, his future, and the man who wants his job. Plus, how he feels about the FBI withholding names of the Gardner heist suspects. And technical training with a twist.
Why didn't I get engineering this way when I was a student? It's not fair.
How a hands-on approach helped Olin College become one of the best engineering schools in the nation. Now on Greater Boston. Good evening. It's been almost 6 months since Boston Mayor Tom Menino cut short a vacation to Italy to admit himself to the hospital. After a lengthy recuperation from an infection and a spinal fracture, the mayor now says he's feeling great. That's what he told me when I sat down with him earlier today at the Parkman House, where he's been living since leaving the hospital. Mr. Mayor, you've been living in the Parkman House for a couple of months now. You actually haven't been living at home for almost 6 months. You ready to go home?
Oh, am I ready to go home? I'll go home tomorrow if I could. The contract is finally finished. You know, contractors tell you one time it's going to be done. Take a little longer. We hope to be home this Saturday. I'll be sleeping in my own bed for the first time in 6 months. It will be fabulous.
What are they doing?
Well, we had to do some reconstruction of our bathroom upstairs, but it engaged a lot of other issues that became evident to them, and so I have to get this piece then come in, this piece then come in, but now I believe it's done, so we'll be able to sleep there Saturday night.
So, Mr. Mayor, last summer, late summer, early fall, I sat with you briefly at a box at the Fenway Park, and it was a terrible game, so we were talking instead of watching the game. And we got to talk about your future, and you said, you know, I can't imagine ever doing anything other than this, being mayor of Boston. Have you changed your mind?
No, I still think I have the best job in America. I have to make the decision very shortly that what my future is going to be. But, you know, why not have a better job? You meet people every day, help young people have a good education, help them out of trouble, help people who are forgotten in our society have a better life. I love that. That's the best part of my job. Other parts of it, I agonize over. You know, some of these cocktail parties I have to go to. That's not Tom Menino. But I mean, I love being in the neighborhoods of Boston, and you know, that's why that gives my energy. That gives my vitality, and I just, I've been mayor for 20 years now, and it's really been a very important part of my life.
So the idea of giving it up is.
Giving up is very. It's a question, but do you do it? Don't you? I'd like to continue some of the work I've done. I'm not finished yet. There's some things that still have to be done in the city, and we've made a lot of progress on education, but still we have work to do. I'm not going to ever say we're finished until every kid gets a quality education in our city, and those are some of the things that I'm cared about. Education is the most important thing.
Well, as you know, Boston City Councilor John Connolly launched his formal campaign last night, gave a speech, and one of the things he says is that he's always lavished praise on you. He's been very complimentary, but he was tough last night. He finally did. He said, City Hall is entrenched. You know, City Hall rules. It's all about who you know, not who you are. It's all about whose idea, not the merit of the idea. And the power has been so entrenched for so long that there's no opportunity for new blood or new ideas.
Well, John can say what he wants to say, but look at my administration. It continually changes. I have young men and women from the Harvard Business School who work for me now. I just got another individual, Brian Sweat, one of the most foremost individuals experts on the environment working for me. We keep on changing our administration. It's easy to make I think it bothers me the most. When I first got elected, a person said to me, Mayor, at that time, City Councilor, being a nice guy is okay, but what do you stand for? What have you accomplished in your career? That's what I always keep in my back of my mind. What have I done to improve the city of Boston? It's not about rhetoric. It's about what have you done. And as a city councilor, I did things. As mayor, I continue to do those things. I'm not about rhetoric. I'm not a good guy with rhetoric. It's about getting the job done and standing up for the people.
Well, as you know, Connolly has made kind of the cornerstone of the linchpin of his campaign, the Boston Public Schools. And you said, when you were first elected, you said, Judge me by the Boston City Schools and judge me harshly. Should you be judged harshly?
Yes, you judge me any way you want to judge me. I tell you, when you think about the dropout rate in the schools down to 5% or 6%, you think about more kids going on to college than ever before. More graduate. 68% of my kids graduate from high school. I mean, what else? I mean, we're not perfect. I'll never say the Boston public schools are perfect, but we accept every child. We don't discriminate against a kid because of their English language problems or he has a disability. We take every kid who walks in that door, we educate him. Matter of fact, some of those schools that just pick and choose, they send them to the Boston public schools, so in June they can say they have a 100% graduation rate. It's not about a 100% graduation rate. It's about giving a kid a good education, put a good foundation for a better future.
Superintendent Carol Johnson, is she going to be here at the start of the school year in 2013?
I believe she will be. I don't know any other reason why she would not be here in 20. Her husband just passed a few weeks ago, and I talked to Superintendent Johnson this week, and I hope she'll be back in the city very shortly. But it's a tragedy, unexpected, and I talked to the night her husband passed, and my heart went out to Superintendent Johnson. He was down there very sick in the hospital, and she's up here running the school system. Very difficult situation.
John Connolly says she's been ineffectual.
No, I'm not going to answer the charges because I'd spent my whole time. I want to be effective mayor. I'm not going to be a guy who's going to say, this is not bad. What are you going to do? Give me your ideas. Like I said earlier in this interview, it's not about rhetoric. It's about what you have done and what will you do. What have you done as elected official for the last several years? What can you point to? I can tell you, when I was a city councilor, there's many things I could have pointed to as a city councilor.
So you're talking about your question, what can he point to that he's done?
Yeah. I mean, rhetoric's easy. I mean, great people who give great speeches, but when you look at the substance of it, there's nothing after that substance. What have they accomplished? It's always be a nice guy, but being a nice guy is important. But the most important thing to me and to the public is, what have you done to make life a little bit easier for them?
One of the people on the Boston City Council School Committee, Alfreda Harris, was reported in the Herald the other day, had missed 17 of 44 school committee meetings. She doesn't take the stipend. I understand that, but is that annoying, frustrating to you?
Well, she was sick. I mean, they don't report the whole facts. She had a hip replacement, so she was out for that time being, several weeks with the hip replacement. Alfreda Harris, let me tell you, that's the mother of Roxbury. She has saved more young people's lives at the Shelburne Center in Roxbury. That's what I mean. Take shots, easy to take shots. Alfreda has done so much in our city for young men and women. Go into Roxbury and ask the people of Roxbury what Alfreda Harris has done for them. College educations, put them on the right path, give them places to go. I mean, she is one of the superstars of our city. Doesn't get a lot of credit, and now they take a shot at her 17 days out of several years. Let me tell you, Emily, it's the political season. You're going to see a lot of that stuff thrown up against the wall, and some will stick, some won't stick. But don't take on a person like Alfreda Harris.
So the Boston Business Redevelopment District is talking about maybe pushing the push carts out of the
They're not doing it now.
Across. What do you think of that?
Well, when I found out about it, I didn't know about it. Somebody in the press called me. I said, that's ridiculous. Those folks have been there during the bad times. Now the good times are coming there. They should be there. We should work out an arrangement with those push cart dealers that they stay in that area of the city of Boston. To say you have to be out there by March something, that's wrong. And I fought that, and now they're going to be there for at least 60, and if I'm having saying it, for as long as they want to be, as long as they can, with the construction going on the Filene site.
Well, a highly placed Boston police official told me that a lot of those, or some of them anyway, several of them, are fronts for other kinds of operations.
No, the one that you're talking about, they did a raid on the other day, and we got that individual and took out his operation. But most of those people are hard-working people. They're small business owners. I mean, that's what we're made of, small businesses. Very few business over 150 employees in the city of Boston. The little small guy is the one who really makes it work. And those pushcart dealers, that's like kicking the pushcart out of a Haymarket also. I mean, yeah, they probably are there, and the people are aggravated by it. Some people are. But that's unique to Boston. We've got to make sure Boston maintains its uniqueness. I don't want Boston to change so you don't know what Boston is.
You were talking the other day saying that East Boston is the area where new development is really exciting. Right, and there's a couple of areas that haven't been developed, areas of West Boston, areas of South Boston, but East Boston too. Do you think beyond the casino there's something there?
Oh, beyond the casino?
For East Boston.
East Boston, I think East Boston is on the move. We broke ground for Portside the other day. That's about 300 units of housing in the first phase, a couple hundred units afterwards. I also got 3 or 4 other developments that are really on the edge of being breaking ground for. I mean, East Boston is a really up-and-coming place. It's the Jamaica Plain of the future.
Wouldn't it be a great site for the 2024 Olympics?
Oh, come on now. Where do we get it costs you $2 million just to apply.
Yeah. Well, you could raise that.
Huh?
You could raise that.
Where are you going to put the stadium?
East Boston.
You take all the homes on East Boston?
Well, let's say that they don't get the casino.
No, you can't. It's just, any city that's had Olympics has not worked. Vancouver today, after several years, is still paying for it. It's still a problem for that city.
So you just dismiss it out of hand. You wouldn't even consider it.
I've been there before. There's other proposals as a mayor have come forward on Olympics, and they found financially it's very difficult to put together. Then I have to go to the business community and raise how many millions of dollars, maybe $1 billion. I don't know what it is, but I mean I got other priorities. I want to give money to the city, give it to my schools, give it to my recreation. Give it to my housing. That's what I want.
So your buddy Mayor Michael Bloomberg got kind of shot down the other day. His ban on supersized 16-ounce above soft drinks got overturned constitutional. Do you support him on it?
Mayor Bloomberg, I think, is a great mayor. He's going to retire in the end of December. His term's up. He comes up with these ideas. He's trying to be healthy, having the super sweet drinks. I understand why, and he's trying to educate people, but I don't know if that's the way to educate them.
Yeah, would you try the same thing here?
No, I haven't.
No banning.
What?
You only ban the party bikes. That's right.
I haven't done that at all. And I don't intend to do it. Bland.
He's going after cigarettes now too.
Well, we done cigarettes 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I did cigarettes.
You got to get people to stop dropping them on the ground. That's the next thing.
Yeah, no, it's a disgrace. I mean, you find a little outside City Hall. There's one location where everybody smokes. They can't. They leave all the cigarette butts on the. That's dirty. Mm. But this smoking ban is very helpful to people's health. Also, especially people who work in restaurants. If you work an 8-hour shift and you work in a restaurant that smokes, you inhale 2 packs of cigarette smoke until an 8-hour shift.
So what happened to your $1 million challenge? I mean, you've done your part. I can see that, but. What happened to the...
We're getting there. I think up to 750,000 pounds right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're doing well.
Has it been a year?
It's almost a year now. I think the end of this year will be 1 year.
The end of this month?
There. Yeah. I contributed mine.
Yeah, I can see that. How much have you lost?
That's enough. It's a tough way to lose it, but I lost it. I mean, I've really been really good about it. I've really been managing my intake pretty well.
How has the HubWay program worked overall?
Oh, spectacular.
Damage rate, how has it been?
I think very good. We have we exceeded all expectations. All the projections we have, we exceeded. We've had about maybe over 250,000 people have joined the the bike program in the city of HubWay program in the city of Boston, and people love it. My doctor, he gets on the bike at South Station and rides it to his office in good weather, instead of driving into the city. That helps us with the traffic congestion and helps us with the pollution issues of emissions. And it's good. It's also healthy for him and gives him exercise in the morning going to his office.
Hey, you brought up the Segways. What do you think of them?
I don't like them at all.
Can we coexist? No coexistence.
No coexist.
Get them out of here.
They're out of here. They have a lot of fines the city has against them.
$200,000 and they haven't paid them.
I know.
You're going to go after them?
We are, and they just got evicted from their location.
From their gas station.
To the north end, yeah.
Were you behind that?
No, I had nothing to do with it. I can blame for a lot of things, but some of these things I don't even know about.
I was talking to somebody close to the investigation to the heist of the Gardner Museum the other day, and they're saying, way back when, and I know you weren't mayor at the time, the city of Boston should have done more. They should have been more involved, actively involved, like helping with the reward, helping with the investigation. Is it too little, too late? Can the city get involved?
Well, they have police department in the periphery of that investigation. There's a $5 million reward today.
Now, yeah.
Now, but it's been there for years. Not just today. It was been there for years. A $5 million reward to find out who had it. I think the FBI. Why don't they tell us who had it? They said we know who it is. Well, tell us who it is. I mean, why are you holding back? I mean, what's this, a grand play for some other thing? I don't know. Give us the names. That's what we should be. What's the secret about, well, we know the names, but we're not going to tell anybody? Well, it doesn't help us. And, the Gardner Museum is one of the nicest museums in the city.
All right. Well, we're going to have to bring this full circle. You said, earlier that it's been a tough, couple of months to make a decision. But there's mounting criticism that you're not allowing for a full debate, that there's not enough engagement, and the citizens of Boston deserve a lively, engaged debate this year. It's an election year.
Well,
the election's coming up in November. Do you have a timetable?
I don't mind a lively debate, as long as it's on the issues. I don't mind a debate at all on the issues. Let's not get into throwing mud at each other. I'm not into that. I've never done it in my whole career, and I will not do it in these years either. It's important to be talking about what is your vision for the future. What are you going to do with the waterfront? What are you going to do with schools, with downtown Crossing? What about the neighborhoods of our city? What about Dudley? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do for Boston? That's what I'll talk about.
All right, well, you sound like somebody who's running.
Well, I get excited about this. Because I love this city. This is the city that I've grown up in. I grew up on Hyde Park Avenue. And I never left Hyde Park Avenue, even though I'm mayor of Boston.
Do you have a timetable? Do you have a date? Have you looking at the calendar saying, by this date, I'm going to let you all know?
Well, I'm looking at that. I haven't decided what date yet, but it'll be a date.
In the near future.
And I'll make it official whatever I do.
And we'll be waiting for that announcement. So did Tom Menino sound to you like a man who's running for office? Should he seek a sixth term as mayor? Tell us what you think at Greater Boston's Facebook page or on Twitter.